Hi, this is Suzanne Grossman, Deputy Director of Career Services and Alumni Relations for the Marks School, and I'm here to talk to you about cover letters within higher education administration. So this is a sample letter, and we'll just start at the very top to talk about some of the greeting aspects of the letter. So here you want to have your name at the top of the letter and repeat your contact details, and really look at this like a letterhead is one of the easier ways to do this. Then you want to have the date, like a business letter. And importantly, you want to address the letter. You want to write the letter to the school, write the full address, and you want to try to find a person. And sometimes people don't go the extra mile with this, and it's a small touch that I think makes a difference. It makes you stand out because lots of people are not doing this. And so usually you can read the job description and see, does the job description state who the position reports to, which many times it does. And then when you see the title, you go to the school's website, you find the department, and you look at the staff listing and try to confirm. You might have to do some digging for this. This is where networking can be helpful if it's not obvious. Asking around, you should be networking for these positions anyway, so that's part of the networking. And then a third option is to call the department and say, I'm putting together an application for an opening in your area, and I was wondering if you're able to share who the position reports to. I'd like to address my letter to that person. Worst case is they'll say no, and nothing's lost by that. Sometimes you can look on LinkedIn as well and do an advanced search on LinkedIn. I like to do that and use that to confirm what I might find on the college's website. If you really can't find someone within higher ed, you can say Dear Search Committee, Dear Hiring Team, something like that for addressing the letter. But in general, you want to avoid Dear Sir, Madam, to whom it may concern, just a little bit too generic for all cover letters. So then you have an opening statement, and in that opening statement, here this one expresses enthusiasm as a choice, which I think is nice. But you're going to want to state from the very beginning what's the name of the position and what's the school, and then why are you a good fit. So just, what's your summary statement about why you're a good fit, which is what this is going on here, and then repeating the name of the school as an option. So that's a very, a brief opening statement. This second paragraph in this letter, which is optional, but a choice you could make, and I think helps you write the letter, is to summarize, for this position, I understand you're looking for someone who, and then you pick out 2 or 3 things from the job description, which are the key parts of the job. And then you'd say, I have, experience in this, and making me uniquely qualified to fill this position. So these are kind of your opening statements. Then you'd want to go into some specifics. So you want to bring to life some things that are already on your resume, or add new details more, in my current role, I have the pleasure of doing this, that, and the other. As one example, last year I did this, so being very specific. During the period of time at the previous role, here's some other things that I did. You're pulling out the most relevant things. You're not just pulling out any old examples. You have to make sure that the things you're mentioning here are very much in line with what they need. These next 2 paragraphs, again, are optional, but these are a place for you to kind of go beyond a career history and to talk about other things. So more skill sets is what's going on here, and in addition to ability to do this, I have experience with this. Just as notable are these other strengths I have that might be valuable to them. Here's a section about values, why higher education makes sense. So a little bit space to be creative about that. Or you could go back to talking about the school. So people want to hire people who want to work for them and their students. And so this could be a place to talk about that. And then you'd wrap up with a brief closing statement. So this is a slightly longer letter, perhaps. I think in higher education that is okay. You wouldn't want to write a letter more than 1 page. So you want to keep it to 1 page, and you want to make sure every section counts, so every sentence counts. So you wouldn't have a longer letter just to have it. But I think if the content makes sense, then it's okay. But otherwise, I think you could cut it down. And it's always helpful to have someone review your letter and make sure, and think of it as a draft too in the beginning. These letters don't take you 5 or 10 minutes. It might take you some time to put together a thoughtful letter, but that's what you're going for. You're going for a level of quality that will stand out, and lots of people are submitting very average letters that are not very good. So you need to stand out above the rest, because these positions in higher education are very competitive. And so the letter is an important part of the process. This letter is available on Mark's Career Connect, where you can also make an appointment with one of us in Mark's Career Services, and we're happy to help you. And good luck in your job search.